Okay, so this is just a quick recap on differentiating fractional powers. So remember that if you've got a root term in there, it will move to a fractional power. So a square root goes to a half, a cube root will go to a third, a fourth root to a quarter, and so on. So same rules apply for differentiating fractional indices as they do any other index. Bring down the half. Take one away from it, so a half minus 1 is negative a half. Okay, do I have to do anything in regards to chain rule? No, I don't, because the coefficient of x is 1. So it's going to go to a half x plus 2 x to the minus a half, and that's fine in the exam, leave that. But if you do want to know what that goes to without the indices in there, it would be 1 over 2 for the half, and then this is the square root, but because it's negative, it's now in the denominator, so it becomes 1 over 2, the square root of x plus 2. So one of the key things with differentiation, and particularly with integration as well, when we come on to that, is you need to remember your index laws. Okay, so for example, 1 over a goes to a to the negative 1, and if it's 1 over a to the power of m, it goes to a to the negative m. Square root of a, as I've already said, will go to a to the half, and the mth root, if that's such a thing, the mth root of a goes to a is 1 over the power of 1 a to the power of 1 over m. Building on these, we know that if I have a to the n over m, the n bit is the power, and the denominator in the fraction is always the root. Okay, so a to the n over m would go to the mth root of a to the power of n. So it's worth remembering those index laws. If you're not sure on them, go back and revisit them. They are actually a key part of both differentiation and integration. So just building on that a little bit, if I have 1 over x, I know that goes to x to the minus 1. So I can differentiate that. That's just what this notation means. Differentiate 1 over x with respect to x. Bring down the power, negative 1. Take 1 away. Watch this, because people, I notice, can get really confused with subtracting 1. Especially when we got negative numbers. And minus 1 goes to minus 2. So we get minus 1 over x squared. Just as a separate from that, just bear in mind that the differential of log x goes to 1 over x. So don't get these confused. But if I differentiate log x, I go to 1 over x. If I was to take the second differential, then I'm going to get this, because I'm differentiating this again. So just bear that in mind. Just be very systematic and write down your working, okay? So you want to help the person marking your paper as much as possible. Say what you're doing. Yes, it may take a fraction longer, but it's better off to pick up some marks than no marks because you're just writing random stuff down. Okay, hopefully that will help.